Thank you for staying with us. This is our last segment of today's episode of Nedbank Business Watch. Thank you for staying with us. We're now joined by Toba from Nedbank Eswatini for today's market analysis. Thank you for joining us, Toba. Very good afternoon. Welcome back.
Thank you, Lulu. Good
Yeah.
afternoon to you and your viewers.
All right, let's take a look at markets today. We've just received news that the SA budget speech has been postponed. What happened?
Correct. So we've just received news that the budget speech in South Africa has been postponed. Speaking to the media, the Secretary General, Fikile Mbalula, mentioned that the ANC couldn't come to agreement regarding certain aspects of the budget with some of the members of the Government of National Unity. One of those key things was around VAT. There were rumors that VAT will go up, and it seems the ANC was against that. So that's one of the things that he highlighted as the reasons for the postponement.
Okay, so otherwise, what are currencies looking like today? How's the Lilangeni performing against the US dollar?
Right, so today we opened at against the dollar at around 18.3537 in the morning. Obviously, markets were volatile in anticipation of the budget speech, and after the news broke that the budget speech was postponed, we then saw the rand shoot up to over 18.5. But as you can see, against the dollar, it's 17.4350, the euro 19.2275, and the pound at 23.225. With the pound, we received data this morning that inflation in the UK increased to about 3%. The market was pricing in an increase to 2.8%. So that gave the pound a bit of strength as well. Yeah.
All right. So let's just move on to the US. Take us through on the minutes of the Fed. We know that they held their last minute, their last meeting last month. What are the minutes of the Fed?
All right, so later today, the market is waiting to see minutes from the Fed's January meeting for clues on the interest rate trajectory of the US, for the tone of the minutes to see if they will be aggressive on, cutting rates or if they are holding off on that. So investors are just waiting to see what the tone of the minutes is going to be, or what the content of those minutes are going to be, to then make decisions on their investments, where to put their money, and related issues. So in terms of, I'll make an example, say those minutes are come out and the Fed is a bit dovish in its stance, then we expect the dollar to sort of gain a bit of, to sort of lose a bit of strength. But if they're aggressive, then we would expect that it would lose a bit of ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on to commodities, gold is doing quite well. Last I checked. Why is that happening?
Gold is doing well. I think we are $3-4 away from the record high of 2,974. We are currently at 2,944.25 per ounce. And then Brent crude is at 77.69 per barrel, up as well. With gold, it's more on the backdrop of the world economy. There's quite a lot of geopolitical tensions. There's quite a lot of international trade tensions, with the US president being aggressive in his stance on introducing tariffs into the market or into imports into the US. So with all of that uncertainty, investors then look for more safer options to put their money in. So gold happens to be a safe haven investment instrument for investors to look at. But it is definitely up, and we are not sure if this trend will continue, but it's yet to be seen.
Okay, so lastly, let's take a look at equities today. How are they reacting to markets today?
Right, so I'll start with the S&P 500. So in the US, the equities are, I think, are performing quite well. Actually, they are. They are reacting. Investors are sort of a bit aggressive in their sentiments in terms of risk, and they are, as you can see, up 0.24%. Excuse me, the S&P 500 trading at 6,129.58 dollars. But as well, caution today with the minutes coming out. Investors want to see what those minutes are going to look like for further decisions. The FTSE is down 0.01%, slightly. Trading at 8,766.73 pounds. One of those key drivers is the inflation number that came out this morning to say that inflation has increased more than we had anticipated. So that then has given the pound a bit of strength, and then equities will then tend to then suffer a bit.
All right, thank you, Taba, for that analysis. That was Toba from Nedbank Eswatini, just giving us an insight on today's financial markets. We go for an ad break and we wrap up the show after the break. Stay with us.